God, my hand's freezing right now. And they're not doing it. Okay. I guess I'm posting. Hi, Carp. You can join me if you want, just so you know. Anyone can join in, since it's like open live VC, where I'm like, it helps get more brains than, you know. Wait, why is all this shit up there? Delete. No clue what's going on though. It's a point and click. Essentially, it's basically just like a murder mystery, and we're trying to figure out who killed these people in the island that are slowly dying. But I haven't touched this game in a while, and right now I'm just like setting up for like the post on Twitter. All right. Hello.
Hi. So, I just got over here.
Alright, then.
But here we are.
Let me just get myself a image for the post.
Alright. Alright.
And
It is I,
there.
Markiplier.
Hmm?
It is I, Markiplier.
Oh. And then there were...
And then there was Markiplier.
Sure. It's based on like a novel.
Fuck. I'm just looking at stream. I just realized I was still registered as Avita. Oh well.
Yeah. And post. There we go.
Alright.
Closing opera. And now I begin.
Well, let's murder those mysteries, I guess.
New game.
Honestly, this game doesn't look so bad so far, like graphically.
Oh no, look long.
I can't remember.
I know.
I hope my son's antics
I'm
don't
watching
disturb
3
you.
minutes a little delayed,
Madam,
but
were it in my power
Oh,
to sentence
God,
him
no,
to
I
30
see
days
people.
hard labor, they
Oh.
would not disturb me in the
This
slightest.
looks like a late 2000s nightmare animation.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I
Smashing
wouldn't
day
be
for it.
shocked.
And they're
On
British.
holiday?
No.
I fucking hate this game.
Oh, Leslie.
I'm glad they're
it
dead.
isn't true.
Same. The British don't have a
Beg
right.
pardon, ma'am.
Miss.
Yes, of course, yes. Have to be, wouldn't it?
Probably shouldn't say that on Twitch, should I?
We're edgy.
Fair enough. I mean, seeing the tag of 18 plus or get the fuck out is fair enough, so. Eh.
I mean, it could be worse looking.
Damn fool.
I guess.
I suppose I'll be expected
But,
to tend to
you
his
know.
wounds.
There
after
is
he
Morph
piles up,
Man.
I don't fear that.
Oh, who the fuck is Morph Man?
Search him up.
I don't think I want to. You know what? I'm gonna anyway. My brain doesn't function, but. Alright, Morph Man. Oh god. 2.8 out of 5.
Look up his
on
wiki
my-
page, by the way, on
Look at
FanWiki.
the- Yeah, I see it. Alright. Morphin is an interactive CGI movie released in
No one in there,
1993 by,
No apparent damage to the cars. Young fool must lead a charmed life.
What the fuck is Ronald McDonald?
That's Morph Man.
Why is he... Is that literally...
That's a
No
lot.
fucking way. Ain't no
My
way.
money's on the servants. The servant's usually always the guilty one in the end.
Ain't no way that motherfucker would be Morph Man. He's a goddamn clown.
You can search up gameplay. It's 10 times worse.
Welcome to Sticklehaven,
I mean, I
ladies and
imagine
gentlemen.
this game by...
I'm Davis,
or
the harbour
maybe
master.
sponsored by McDonald's in a sense.
No,
I
it's
have
not.
no-
He just
Now it
managed to
doesn't-
looks like him.
I just don't want to see that
Sorry.
disaster now.
Waiting for me.
This sounds
That's everyone
so
then.
bad.
The other bags are already on board the boat there.
So either end well or end horribly.
And that's our character.
I,
Average Joe.
Must be him. In the flesh.
Yo,
All set,
mama.
Naricot.
Ready, sir.
Right. I'll leave it to you then.
Look, it was
Seize
a
call.
free joke. I'm
Should
gonna
be a
say it
pleasant
anyway.
crossing. If you leave now, there's a squall coming. I can smell it.
Why is it called Shipwreck Island?
Well, the weather can turn nasty quickly. There are many submerged
Maybe I should
rocks,
look
lots of
at
wrecks
something.
hereabouts. And that big rock at the tip is said to resemble a beached schooner. The locals call it Ship Rock.
You're not from around these parts then, Mr. Naricot?
Never mind
No,
then
sir,
again.
I'm not.
It'll never work.
That's a big rock.
Well, the island is named after it.
If you would be so good as to follow
That
that
rock is
path
known
up
as
to the
Laughing
house, my
Casino
wife will show you to your
rock.
rooms. I expect you
No,
will like
it's just
to freshen
Shipwreck
up after
Rock.
your journey.
Oh,
It's lame.
Where's Fred?
Under the weather.
sounds about right.
I
If
took
it's
his
named after
place.
you.
You'd be the brother then. I see the resemblance. Will you help me with the bags?
Yes. I've been hoping to get a look at the house.
Motherfucker got the lips of a razor. Damn, they're sharp.
Which person?
Chapter
The main
1.
character.
10 little sailor boys went out to dine. One
Bro
choked
looks like
his
he's a
little self,
fucking
and then there were
spray-painted
9.
Barbie doll. Like everything's just recoded.
I was
in
gonna
words.
say he looks like a sex doll.
You're not wrong.
Thank you for your assistance, Mr.
You're
Naricot.
not wrong at
Everything
all.
and everyone nicely in place. I must say, I don't much like these clouds. I expect you should be heading back without delay.
Now it begins.
Here,
Don't worry,
Mac, I'm
Fred.
gonna go get
I
something
won't
to
let you down.
Alright then, that's fine.
Just a drizzle. It's going to get much worse.
Can you like lower the volume? Like slightly. No, keep the brightness. Maybe a little brighter. Yeah, that looks fine. I would turn on anti-aliasing, but it's not authentic.
I should return to
Yeah,
my
turn
boat
it
to
on.
retrieve some supplies before I begin any real investigating.
Of course, you're not.
The grass is slippery and the slope is steep. I'd best stick to the path.
Alright then. Well, going this way then. I guess it's just one corridor of nothing. Oh,
Narracott, you gave me quite a turn.
Taking a stroll, Mr. Marston.
Just a short constitutional before dressing for dinner.
The storm's closing in. This drizzle is about to turn ugly. Strange time to talk. Do you think that will be enough, Mister?
The
Alright.
storm's closing in. This drizzle's about to turn ugly.
Yes, looks beastly.
Basically.
What's
What
that
the
you're
hell are you carrying?
This? Just some paper and string I found on the beach. Roger seems like a tartar for order and cleanliness. Thought I'd help out.
Terribly nice of you.
Well, I'm heading to the house. If I were you, I'd do the same. Won't do to get caught out here when the brunt of this storm hits.
I'll be along directly,
Sure.
Mr. Marston.
Yes, yes, of course, old boy. Whatever you say.
That was rather odd behavior. I
You
should
don't
return
say.
to my boat to retrieve some supplies before I begin any real investigating.
Alright. Down to the boat.
Lit? Oh, this island isn't as primitive as I imagined.
Lit. Lit. Oh, fuck.
Damn thing's wrecked. No chance of returning to the mainland now.
Well, shit. Well, I guess all my stuff is down there. I guess we'll go back up there then. Hello.
Mr. Narracott, why are you still on the island?
Someone scuttled my boat.
Scuttled? Wrecked, you mean? But who on earth would do such a thing?
I intend to find out.
But that means who will come for us on Monday?
Unless this storm lets up, no one.
Dear me, dear me. Come in, come in. You'll catch your death out here.
Aye.
I must help my wife prepare dinner. I'll have her fix you up something in the kitchen.
Thank you.
Where he's going to sleep, I'll never know. Ethel won't like this one bit.
Yeah,
Fresh flowers. Quite pretty.
quite pretty, alright. I'm taking this. I'm taking and shoving this massive cane up my ass. Nothing here.
I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me. I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me.
Fine, I guess I'll...
I don't need it. And I'm no pack rat. No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping.
And not taking all this shit is not fucking distracting? Okay. Ah, yes, this thing. This thing needs some light bulbs.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey, just got some popcorn. Fucked up dinner.
That's nice.
No, it ain't really, since I'm trying to do keto for fucking college, but here we are.
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know if I've told you this, but I think you know I switched to culinary arts, right? It's like a whole career.
You're shot.
Yeah, culinary arts is a
Yes.
career.
You haven't left me much, I confess.
Yeah, I
I
had to
knew
take
judges
nutrition
listened
as like
to
a
confessions.
prerequisite, and
I never knew
our
they
first
made them as
fucking
well.
project
Oh,
was
some judges
do a
may
diet.
have
Doesn't matter
cause.
what kind it
Some
is.
doctors as well, I
Record like
expect.
how you felt, how you did, and then just
A radiator.
turn that in.
You can't have enough of them, really.
Fair
I
enough.
picked keto. And I was gonna do a tofu stir fry tonight. I overcooked the tofu and I put way too much
It's locked
fucking
fast.
sauce, so it was more like a stew than anything. I didn't really even enjoy it, so here we are.
Fair enough.
May I ask you a question?
Yep.
This is not a time for idle
In my
chatter.
defense, the sauce came out the bottle way too fucking fast. So I fucked up.
May I interrupt for a moment?
I take it you don't play snooker, Mr.
Hmm.
Narracott. Otherwise, you'd know you should be as still as
Oh,
I'm a
a
literal
swipe.
master chef over here.
Fair enough. At the moment,
It's
we
locked fast.
the ship that's supposed to bring me back to shore is now shipwrecked, so
Oh, great.
I'm stuck
What
here
a-
with these buffoons.
What a twist I never expected.
Yeah, what a twist. We're stuck here now.
What a shocking
Or is not.
revelation.
An upstairs
What
downstairs
a
type of
bumbling conundrum I have entered.
What a funny coinkadink that you're in.
What's the scary wazoo I've entered?
You're really trying to put me on the fucking edge of how the fuck am I gonna say things like this. You know what? Well played. Well played.
I know words.
Just because I have a speech impediment doesn't mean you have to be so mean.
I also have a speech impediment.
Fuck. Well, I guess that's it. I'm just.
I don't think
A
going
failure.
through that would help.
I failed my
Either he's
literal
innocent,
first
in
language
which
somehow.
case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or he's guilty. And
Well,
surely
to be
would
fair
be
though,
daft
I
enough to
have
leave
going
any
to
evidence in his
had been
luggage.
going to speech classes since high school, so
Well, I haven't done jack shit with that. So here we are.
fair enough.
That's a me problem, if anything.
This clock has stopped.
Oh fuck! I was gonna cook the light bulb. Just,
Dummy.
I am a dummy. Ow.
Clearly.
Polished marble spheres and some books. Nothing worth investigating further.
I see a
You be
book.
dumb, you get bonked. Ooh, a book.
Ah,
Maybe I can read
fuck.
that.
A bent copper, always a bent copper.
Maybe I can read the
Right,
book to
Fred?
be a better person
You're talking through your hat.
and be better in English.
You were the Purcell gang's inside man on the force, not my brother.
Your brother. Don't try to kid me,
Oh
Fred.
god, no, it's
There's
the
still a
police.
handsome reward out for
Or
you.
is who the fuck
Fred is
is
my
who in
brother.
this scenario?
I'm Patrick Fane.
No reason for me to believe
Patrick
you that I
is
can see.
this guy right
There's still a
here.
big reward
The
out for
green
Fred.
I'm
jacket
sorry,
dude
Scuttled my
is
boat and
the
trapped me
cop.
You recognize me, too.
Oh, can we just kill the
I
green
saw
jacket
it
guy
in
even
your
though we're
eyes.
playing as him? Fuck the police.
Only because Davis showed Fred
pretty
the
sure
passenger list
that
yesterday. I
we
came
don't
to my
even have a
brother's place.
gun.
We
I'm
didn't
pretty
think
sure we
you might
just
mistake me for
put
him.
as detective, I
Fred is
guess,
8 years older than me.
Weird.
Look close.
without a gun.
You
Well,
do
let's
So-
go get a
yeah,
gun.
I
Maybe we
noticed
can
that.
start.
Thought it
doing
must be the
things.
Sierra.
Well, I guess we'll
You
look
were
for
taking
one.
the Purcell's bribes for years.
Make
After
sure
the
it's a good
Landau
one.
case, people began to ask questions.
In this,
The Purcells
that
needed
in
what the
that day and
Yankees
age,
used to
I'm
call
not
a
sure.
fall guy. My brother was framed.
Well, what
you were
time is
in
the game
clear.
set?
Your
Canonically?
whole story sounds like a detective novel.
Looking around
I've never
here,
stopped
it's
trying to
probably
get
like maybe
Fred's
like
name
in
and put you in Dartmoor
late
prison where you belong.
1990.
Thanks to your greed, I may
Probably
now
a
have
revolver,
that chance.
or perhaps a
Maybe a
magazine
Patrick,
pistol.
maybe
You're
a
not gonna
Fred.
find too much, but
I
you'll
don't
find some
know,
decent
and I don't
things.
much care.
Yeah,
You're either a criminal,
and it's
or you've
Britain,
been harboring
so
one all these years. I wonder what
Never
my fellow
mind,
guests will
you won't
think
get
of
any
that.
guns now. You're in
Go on,
Britain.
Mr.
There is no
Narracott.
guns. There's
Hop it.
only knives.
I need to prepare for
no,
dinner.
that's actually not true. The farmers
No.
have guns. everyone else doesn't.
Well, you're not near a farm, are you?
No, we don't.
Exactly.
This
So you
clock
better
has
be
stopped.
start looking. You better start looking for a London bin knife real quick.
I'm better off looking for a shoe knife if
Tile
I
and marble.
am lucky.
Quite expensive from the look of it. Tile and marble.
But why not a
Quite expensive from
frickin'
the look of
switchblade?
it.
Those things are cool.
To be honest, I don't
This
know.
window leads out
I
to
don't
the
think
Name
anyone
one
here is that good enough to have a switchblade.
Name one cool person who doesn't have a switchblade.
locked.
Dante from Devil May Cry.
Oh, no. Stop proving yourself right.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
What's in this door?
Narracot? I thought you'd be
Open
long
door
gone by
number
now.
3, milady.
That
Or
storm's
lord,
getting
I have no
pretty
clue.
fierce.
It's a
Somebody
white
scuttled
man.
my boat. I saw
white
Bo watching
man?
you like a
Kill
hawk
him.
eyes its dinner. Could it have been him? Possibly. Any idea why? I'd rather not say. Suit yourself. I'd better get ready for dinner.
Oh, Mr. Narcot. I thought
No,
that you
this is a
left us.
woman.
Someone scuttled my boat.
Oh,
A woman?
That's dreadful. Surely the harbour master will send another boat when you're missed.
Oh,
Not in this storm, I'm afraid. And even then,
she looks like
it
she's
won't
wearing
be
a wig,
reported.
so I'm not sure how
Why
to
ever
feel about
not?
it.
My brother.
Fair enough.
He knew I might not be immediately back.
I'm terribly sorry for your trouble. The Owens should be arriving shortly. I'm sure you can get a ride back in that boat. If you'll excuse me, I must get ready for dinner.
She looks sus. Let's through this door.
Yes? Oh, Mr. Narracott, I had a question for you. Have you heard anything in Sticklehaven about this house being set up as a guest house?
No, Miss Brent.
No. Mrs. Rogers hasn't either. And who are the Owens?
I haven't met them yet.
Would it surprise you to learn neither have Mr. and Mrs. Rogers? It's odd. Very
Owen's
odd.
more like Owen my ass.
Excuse me, Mr. Narracott.
No.
I must make dinner preparations.
What about this door?
My wife is indisposed, not receiving visitors today.
Your wife, sir?
What?
Your wife?
My wife? Yes.
My wife.
I'm sorry, my boy. I was wool gathering, miles away. My apologies.
Sorry, I was checking something.
Alright.
Must dress for dinner now.
Probably gonna go in for right now, but I'll
Send my
probably
orderly
still
to me if
listen to
you
the stream
will.
as like a background
I-
noise.
Okay.
No, that's not right.
Alright, I'll be
What was I
watching.
thinking?
Alright.
I must get ready for dinner now.
I
Okay.
can't open it. It's locked. It's
This
locked
one's locked
fast.
too.
I can't open it. It's locked.
Yep. What about this one? Ah. How about through here?
It's tightly locked.
Fuck. Okay, then I guess we're good from down here. Let's go this way.
A place for everything and everything in its place. Ten little
Ew.
sailor boys. Charming.
Let's go back. This looks like some... Aha!
It's a rather ostentatious painting.
I found a light. I found a flashlight. Oh, can I go to the door? Okay, good.
It'll never work, I tell you.
We should never have agreed. A house party only a week after we arrive? And no other help?
Ethel, calm yourself.
You promised me. Never again, you said.
Calm your shit,
Was
lady.
I? No. Oh, Mr. Narracott. Ethel will be preparing you a meal in here once the guests are served.
Hi.
It's a sturdy cast iron stove.
Mmm. And this basket I managed for some reason to grab. What's here?
Copper pots, just as I'd expect. The refrigerator hardly seems large enough for a house of this size.
Okay. Upper to this door.
It's a painting of a flower. Looks like a water lily.
Nani? What's this thing? I guess I'll take this too. And this. Anything else? No, that's it. Let's go this way. Oh, I know. I already went through this way. What about the other door? Nothing really suspicious here. But yeah, it looks fine to me. Hello, ma'am.
Would you just look at all these silk sheets? All embroidered GS. I'll bet that was that actress who used to live here. But I've dropped them on this filthy floor.
Can I give you a hand?
Can I give you a hand, Mrs. Rogers?
Thank you, Mr. Narracott. You seem like a good sort. I'm sorry for your boat.
That sounds like the dinner bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
Mr. Narracott, unfortunately, we are not prepared for your presence at dinner. I would be most happy to deliver you a sandwich later this evening, if that will do.
That will be fine, Rogers. Thank you.
Excellent. Now, if you will excuse me, I must get to serving.
By all means. I can hear them all in the dining room chattering. I can't quite make out what they're saying. This might be a good time to explore the house more thoroughly.
Fair enough. Sorry, just eating croquettes. Meantime... Aha! Okay. I'm just gonna do the thing that I want to do. Because I didn't
It's a full
realize
sack of flour.
that I could just do this again.
There are some batteries buried under here.
Uh-huh. And I combine.
Seems so obvious
There you
in
go.
retrospect.
Like this thing.
I don't need to lug this around with me.
What about this turkey baster?
The larder is very well stocked. I don't need it, and I'm no pack rat.
You're a fucking pat rat, and you will like it.
It won't help my brother if I'm drowned in the storm.
Maybe if I put...
Perhaps another time. That isn't such a good idea. this is neither the time nor
Fine.
the place. Perhaps another time.
What if I, like,
I
combine?
can't get them to fit. Those don't work together.
You're fucking lame, aren't you?
I copied the contents into my notebook. I copied the contents into my notebook.
Let me just put this here. There we go.
It's a press. Looks like it can hold quite a large amount of fruit.
Just press. Alright then. We have a pressing thing. Time to walk out the door?
Aha! With my
Or
ear
no.
against the door, the conversation becomes quite clear.
Thank you for bringing up the obvious.
Wine, Doctor?
No, thank you, Rogers. I never touch alcohol. Except for sterilizing wounds or instruments, of course.
I tried to collect some apples from an orchard on the island, but a bee stung me. I'm afraid I dropped the basket and ran. No need to apologize. I myself am dreadfully allergic to bees, wasps, hornets. I'm sorry to hear there are bees here. Oh, you must take care. There's all sorts of those bee house things. What do you call it?
An apiary.
Oh, I thought that was for monkeys.
Ethel.
Miss Claythorne, we've never met, but I do
Where
seem to recall your name.
Oh?
Yes, from when I stayed at that stuffy old hotel near St. Trednick. Do you know it?
No. No, I don't think so.
Really? How extraordinary. I was so shocked.
Narracott says he's not Fred Fane, but his brother. It may well be, but he bears watching.
Seems like such a nice man.
They said the same thing about Stevenson, the child murderer. I confess I've never met our host, Mr. Owen. What kind of a man is he? Rogers?
We haven't seen the Owens either, sir. We were only engaged a week ago by letter and asked to make the house ready.
So no one has actually met the Owens.
How extraordinary.
I, for one, will have some sharp questions for the Owens when they do arrive.
Well,
I'll need to wait until the weather lets up a bit.
I mean, yeah, but what can we do though? I guess we could. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Actually, is that? No, that's two different doors. That's the same door. I mean, well, time to get out of here. I'm an idiot. Let's just get a cloth from here.
These are very expensive linens. I bet they're very strong.
What's through here? Okay.
No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping.
What do you mean unnecessary tension? What's this thing? Pouch of tobacco. No. Go back. Alright. And a pipe. Well, what if I just literally... Yeah, this is the bowl section of pipe. Where's the rest of it?
It's a marble sculpture of an elephant. I don't think going through that would help. Either he's innocent, in which case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or he's guilty, and surely wouldn't be daft enough to leave any evidence in his luggage.
Man, you're picky as fuck. Aren't you?
I copied the contents into my notebook.
There we go. That's a funny looking flamingo. Why the fuck is a flamingo here? I have no idea. Hey!
Nothing out of order in here. I'd best not take anything, though. I'm sure he would notice. I'd best not take that.
Bullshit.
He might need it and would certainly notice its absence.
Then again, it's probably a good thing that he keeps it. Can I close it? There we go. No.
It would certainly be noticed if I rifled through his luggage. I better not.
I see. I see. Aha. What's this thing? Wait. Okay, I could do something here, but there's no...
This is neither the time nor the place.
You're not the time or the place, dipshit.
I copied the contents into my notebook. I copied the contents into my notebook.
Alright then. What's this thing?
Nothing else to see about that.
Oh. Ah, we found a new
I see nothing
restroom.
remarkable. I see nothing remarkable.
You're not remarkable, aren't you? You're an investigator. Can I just...
This could use a closer look.
Oh. Oops.
Let me examine this further.
It's just a telegram. Nothing out of the ordinary. Alright, what about this thing?
This could use a closer look.
Song of Solomon. Third. Code breaking cipher.
I'm afraid it's stuck that way.
What?
Those don't work together.
Fine. So far, nothing here, but I'll keep checking.
I see nothing remarkable. I see nothing remarkable.
Well, let me get this letter. Yeah, there's nothing here.
It would be incredibly improper for me to go through a lady's luggage. I won't do it.
Screw off.
This is quite a makeup supply. Emily must be more concerned with aging than she lets on.
You just met her. What are you talking about?
I copied the contents into my notebook. I copied the contents into my notebook.
What's this? King James. Wait, hold on.
This bears a closer look.
Yeah, King James. King James Bible.
I can't see anything of interest. Some things once done cannot be undone. They don't get along.
God damn it. Well, these two go together in my head. It's very suspicious, I'll say that. Well, what about in here then?
This is a fairly sparse makeup case. Vera isn't the type to use much makeup, though. It would be incredibly improper for me to go through a lady's luggage. I won't do it. That's an interesting clock. A shame it doesn't seem to work. I'd almost swear I recognize that chap. Does he have the eyes of a killer?
Or hay-ups? Coming from...
I copied the contents into my notebook. Let me examine this further.
What's this? Alright, yeah, this is the telegram. What's this thing?
I think I recognize this lady. Perhaps she owned the house in the past. Who knows? She may still.
Oh wait, I already went through this way, don't I? Yeah. Well, just in case. Yeah.
Various toiletries. Nothing of interest that I can see. Various toiletries. Nothing of interest that I can see. Various toiletries. Nothing of interest that I can see. This could use a closer look.
Please provide that my patient, Miss Emily, Caroline Brandt, is extremely allergic to insect stings, most particularly bees and wasps. She carries with her a supply of epinephrine. Imperfine? Sure. The dosage of the label must be injected immediately should she be stung, and professional medical attention summoned without delay. Alright.
Let me examine this further.
Whoops. No.
I copied the contents into my notebook. I'm guessing Ethel went through the trouble of supplying most of the rooms with fresh flowers.
Well, let's get downstairs then. Because I think I've seen the majority of everyone. No. Okay, I went through here already. I want to go here, I think. Right, no. Let me go back. Yeah. No. Let's try your way. Yeah, I've not been here yet.
Polished marble spheres and some books. Nothing worth investigating further.
Alright. Just making sure.
This clock has stopped.
Can I investigate it at least?
Tile and marble. Quite expensive from the look of it. Tile and marble. Quite expensive from the look of it. Tile and marble. Quite expensive from the look of it.
I guess that whole entire spot is just tile and marble. That's it. Sure.
A radiator. You can't have enough of them, really. This window leads out to the balcony.
Hmm.
I guess Owen made sure no clocks in the house are working. This one is stopped. It's a chair. It doesn't look very comfortable. It's modern. I don't like it personally, although I suppose it fits in with the rest of the house.
You don't like a lot of things, to be honest. To be honest, if I would go grab the box, I guess that's the paper
It
too.
would certainly
Whoops.
be noticed if I rifled through his luggage. I better not. It's a chair. It doesn't look very comfortable.
Fair enough. Why is there like a massive window here? Huh, a telescope. That I could just straight up grab.
A hawk with a fish in its talons. The bird theme is starting to get to me.
What do you need bird? Oh. Right. Because there's so many fucking birds around here. Of course. Makes sense. Can I just do something about the bushes or no? I guess it's like, I guess that's it. That's like the very far end of the place. Yeah, I cannot really do much here. I think I'm good like from the top. Okay, time to go downstairs.
I copied the contents into my notebook. I transcribed the pertinent passages in my notebook.
That's a new one.
Fresh flowers. Quite pretty.
Yeah, I cannot deal with anything with alcohol right in the moment, I think. Well, maybe maybe I can, actually.
That doesn't make sense. I don't think that's appropriate.
I don't think you make sense. Yeah.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
Oh yeah, I didn't come over here in this way. Well, there's nothing like anything's here at least, you know. Not that I notice. Wait, hold up. Why can't you just go around? Why do I have to go all the way here to here and then go to here? You make no sense. Oh. Now this door's open.
Wargrave on justice. I can only imagine the egotism that lurks within those pages.
Fair enough.
Sticklehaven. Hopefully I'll live to see the place again. That Shipwreck Island. Those currents appear quite deadly.
Yeah. Sound about right.
A rather beautifully made globe of the world.
Let's go further down. There is just so much paperwork. And I'm taking apart.
That came apart rather easily.
Yeah. Well, that's not for my flashlight. I'm pretty sure if I remember it for the... Yep.
The drawer is locked.
Oof. Could I jam it open? Speaking of which...
Let me examine this further.
What's this? Powerful friends want to shine some light on the matter? Flowery speeches may win you a few friends. Sounds like malarkey, but
This could use a closer look.
okay, so we're here. There's the grotto, the garden, the ruined village here. The orchard. Alright.
I see nothing remarkable. I'm afraid it's stuck that way.
Yeah. Can I just combine these?
I can't get them to fit.
Yeah, I was curious. Ink pad.
Those don't work together.
I guess these don't work together, I guess. Then again, it probably doesn't even have any ink, so why am I even trying?
They don't get along.
Okay, fine. Could I just...
That came apart rather easily.
Oh. Aged cheese, man. Could I just combine these?
They don't get along.
No.
There is no cause for that.
Fine. Fine.
To go out in that storm now would be reckless and foolhardy.
Fine. Wait, I didn't see that thing. Hold on. What's this?
It's a book holder. Seems like a long time since it's been used.
Can I put a book on it?
Wargrave on Justice. I can only imagine the egotism that lurks within those pages.
Okay.
Property of Teresa Robson. I transcribed the interesting passages into my notebook. I won't do that.
Fine. I'm just scouring around these just in case. That's where it was just the same thing.
Wargrave
Yep.
on Justice. I can only imagine the egotism that lurks within those pages.
You're not even looking up, dude. Why are you saying that? Okay. Well, let's go through here then.
I can't open it. It's locked.
Okay, I guess that area is just still locked then. Fine. Well, actually, let's hear.
Interesting ashtray. Birds everywhere.
Oh. I thought I could grab it. Fine. No. I want to go through here, I think. Yeah. Oh, I know. No. Go back. I want to go through here.
Copper pots, just as I'd expect.
Since I removed it, can I just like... Okay, yeah, I could put that in there.
That isn't such a good idea.
Fine. But I need to put something in there. It's probably like it's a fruit press, so I'm guessing I need to get some fruits. Well, I just gotta listen to what they're talking about, I guess.
Aha.
Wonder if they
My
say
ear
anything
against the
different.
door, the conversation becomes quite clear.
Did anyone else see the poem over the fireplace?
10 little sailor boys. Yes, I saw it.
And here before us as the centerpiece of our table are the 10 little sailor boys themselves, all looking correct and polished.
I like a neat and tidy house, Your Honor.
Robson, the man who built this house, was a sailor. Perhaps Mr. Owen inherited them from him.
Another question for Mr. Owen.
As I remember, the rhyme was about soldier boys.
Soldier
Highly
boys?
inappropriate, as I recall.
There are many variations.
You seem to know quite a bit about it, Miss Claythorne.
I was a governess before seeking secretarial work. Governesses spend a lot of time with nursery rhymes.
All gratuitously gruesome, if you ask me. So much violence in the world today.
Sometimes violence is necessary, Miss Brent.
There speaks a soldier for you.
A realist, Miss Brent, not a dreamer. If action needs
That's
to
not
be
what she
taken,
said.
I,
She
for
said
one, am
soldier.
fully prepared to take it.
How does the famous rhyme go, Miss Claythorne?
Must we harp on this topic at dinner?
Miss Brent may be right, Mr. Marston. The rhyme is a bit gruesome. It's there over the fireplace in the parlor if you care to have a look later.
If you think so. Excellent meal, Rogers. My compliments to both you and your good woman. You've done your employers proud.
Thank you, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Most gratifying, I'm sure. After dinner, drinks will be served in the front parlor.
I see. Now they put
Ladies and
got a
gentlemen,
gramophone now.
silence, please. This is your host, UN Owen. You are charged with the following indictments. Edward George Armstrong, that you did upon the 14th day of March 1925 cause the death of Louisa Mary Cleese. Emily Caroline Brent, that upon the 5th of November 1931 you were responsible for the death of Beatrice Taylor. William Henry Blore, that you brought about the death of James Stephen Landor on October 10th, 1928. Vera Elizabeth Claythorne, that on the 11th day of August 1935 you killed Cyril B. Hamilton. Philip Lombard, that upon a date in February 1932 you were guilty of the death of 21 men.
They look so fucking drunk. I love it.
John Gordon Mackenzie, that on the 4th of January 1917 you deliberately sent your wife's lover Arthur Richmond to his death. Anthony James Marston, that upon the 14th day of November last you were guilty of the murder of John and Lucy Combs. Thomas Rogers and Ethel Rogers, that on the 6th of May 1929 you brought about the death of Jennifer Brady. Lawrence John Wargrave, that upon the 10th day of June 1934 you were guilty of the murder of Edward Seaton. Prisoners at the bar, have you anything to say in your defense?
Doctor! I only fainted, Rogers. I'm sure she'll be fine. Narracott, you get my bag from my room?
Yes, of course.
Stout fellow. Master, in a moment I'll want help to get her to her room. Of course. Behind the kitchen, is it, Rogers?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You can use that door.
Well, that was something. Hey, hold on.
Some things once done cannot be undone. No need to listen to this side again.
Can I flip it then?
I'm afraid it's stuck that way.
I know, but can I flip it? Oh.
This could use a closer look. I wonder what's recorded on this side.
There we go.
That doesn't make sense.
Hello? Oh.
I'm afraid it's stuck that way.
That's not good. I just shove a freaking...
I don't think that's appropriate.
Fine.
Mrs. Rogers needs my help. I'd best try to find Dr. Armstrong's medical bag and deliver it to him immediately.
Fine. I think it's like... No. That's the bedroom of the other person. No, I think. Let me just recheck again. No. That's not the bedroom. This is bedroom? Yes, it is. Trying to get moving. Wait, whoops. Oh, they moved. Okay. Right. Here we go.
Thank you, Mr. Narracott. I am in your debt. Perhaps we can talk later. For now, I must see to my patient.
Hi. Time to check the...
10 little sailor boys. Charming.
Totally not something's going to happen with indicating the deaths of the people who are going to die. Totally not.
Now, Rogers, tell us about that extraordinary voice.
It was Mr. Owen, sir. In his letter, he wrote to me to put it on the gramophone once you were all settled in here after dinner.
That was Mr. Owen's voice?
You doubt that it was?
No. I thought I recognized it. I'm sure I'm mistaken.
A disgraceful practical joke.
You think it was a joke?
What else could it be?
I will need to hear more evidence before offering an opinion.
Sure.
Mr. Marston and I carried Mrs. Rogers to her room. I gave her a mild sedative. She's resting comfortably.
Whoever it was on that recording, that person knows or has taken the trouble to find out a good deal about us all. He was correct about Seton. I presided at the trial, but all I did was execute a guilty man.
I remember the case. As I recall, there was some talk.
Happily, guilt and innocence are decided by those of us qualified to make a judgment, not by gossip. Of course, there is one omission in that recording. Mr. Narracott, of course. Although to hear Mr. Blore tell it, he might have earned a place on that list had Mr. Owen been so inclined.
I see. Hey, can I please play it?
Perhaps another time.
How about no?
That doesn't make sense. I won't do that. This is neither the time nor the place. I won't do that.
I'm pleased to see at least one of you has thought to turn the record over.
There we go.
Any good house party should include party games. This weekend is no exception. I have devised several little games of the mind to challenge your wits, and I hope you find the rewards for each to be worth the effort. You'll have to discover my little amusements on your own, however. I've scattered them all over this delightful island retreat. I hope that you will find them suitably entertaining.
Thank you.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
I think I got it right. The light bulbs are right. But...
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
yeah. That's the weird part.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was right, but... unless I could just, like, combine them with the cups?
Those don't work together.
Okay, just make sure. Okay. Okay, what if I place it here and place you here?
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
Okay. Well, I place you. Oh wait, I'll actually place them. Okay, fine. Well, maybe because there's no plug to it. I mean, it has power, but what does that mean?
Any truth to the accusation against you?
The name sounded vaguely familiar. I expect it will come to me.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
Got a wire from a pal of mine, Badger Barkley. Surprised me at the time because I had an idea the old horse had gone to Norway. Told me to roll up here.
That will be all, Marston.
Fair enough.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
I remember Seaton perfectly well. Playwright, not a very good one. Charged with the murder of a chorus girl. He was very ably defended and made a good impression on the jury. Nevertheless, it was clear to me he'd done it.
Thank you kindly, Judge.
Also, let me save game real quick. Yes, I'll like to overwrite the save. I want to check my model real quick just in case. Okay, looks fine. We're looking fine right now. Looking fire. Absolutely. Absolutely gorgeous. I just gotta keep checking my Discord real quick before I get going. Alright. Let's keep going then. Hello, Seed. Why, hello there. I should have been, like, dreaming much more earlier. Where's your 3 model? I was going to use it, but I didn't realize that, I forgot that the Twitch TOS thing. Yeah, I'm not sure I had a chance there or not. Yeah. Had me realizing, I guess now I had to remake it again. Yeah, I can show it later. I can show it. Or, because that's what Discords are for, pretty much.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
About
While
their
you're
child,
playing,
Sir Hamilton.
it is a murder mystery. Yeah. Yeah, it's an adaptation of a murder mystery book made by Agatha Christie. I was going to ask someone if they could join me, but so far I got no one. Is it like a point and click? Yeah, it is. It's a point and click adventure similar to the Druids one. I'm like open for anyone to join in if they really feel like it, because it's nice to like have someone else to like someone's input.
My attention was distracted.
But at the moment, no one has joined in.
But it wasn't
Well,
my fault.
one did, but
At the
temporarily.
inquest, the coroner exonerated me. Oh, and his mother. She
For the
was
first like
so
10 minutes.
kind. If she didn't blame me, why should this awful thing be said?
Are you sure you're telling me everything?
I'm telling you all I'm going to, Mr. Narracott.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
I was engaged through an agency to be Mrs. Owen's secretary. Nothing remarkable in that, is there?
A good evening to you, Miss Claythorne. Stay safe.
I hope you die. I'm just in between games in the moment. It's not my turn and I got sent out of the room. Big TTRPG.
Any truth to the accusation against you?
Fellow got hold of a detestable rumor.
I hope you're dead.
Arthur Richmond was one of my officers. I sent him on a reconnaissance.
The
He was
British
killed.
void.
Special course of events in wartime.
Good evening, General. Any truth to the accusation against you?
Owen did his research well. The accusation is absolutely true. I don't see that you've earned the right to any details, though.
What? Will you tell me what happened, you fancy-looking man
It was written up in the papers
who's
at the
totally
time.
not just not
Story
wearing a
of
goddamn jacket
self-preservation,
and a
pure and simple.
freaking
A
polo,
hunting party lost in the bush. The great white hunter checks the food supplies.
looking like
assesses
what I
his
think
chances,
of
and clears
fancy
out on
when I was
his
a
own.
teenager.
Leaving 21 men to die.
Not very puka sahib, I'm afraid.
Okay, what brought you to
Brought here
Shipwreck Island?
Owen's attorney, a man named Archibald Morris, rang up one day. Wanted to give me 100 guineas to join this house party. I was to put myself at Owen's disposal in case my rather specialized talents were required.
So you're just here because you had a Guinness World Record or something?
You might say I'm a good man in a scrap.
Good evening, Mr. Lombard.
Okay, that was sudden. Can I touch, like, what's here? Yes. I'm a magical barbarian. I kid you not. I made He-Man, but it's called something else. Fair enough.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
Call him Gronk. 10 little sailor boys went out to dine. One chucked his little self, and there were 9. 9 little sailor boys sat very late. One overslept himself, and then there's 8. 8 little sailor boys traveled in Devon. One said they stay there. One said he stayed there, and then there were 7. 7 little sailor boys chopped up sticks. One chopped himself in halves, and then there were 6. 6 little sailor boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5. 5 little sailor boys going in law. One got in Chancery, and then there were 4. Okay, that's a weird rhyme. 4 little sailor boys going out to sea. A red herring swallowed one, and then there were 3. 3 little sailor boys walking in the zoo. A big bear hugged one, and there were 2. 2 little sailor boys singing in the sun. One got fizzled up, and then there were 1. 1 little sailor boy left alone. He went and hung himself, and there were none. Title drop.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
I see.
This bears a closer look.
Alright. Can I go back? Oh, a match. This is why I want someone to join in, because it's interesting. It makes you think and shit. Kinda.
Any truth to the accusation?
For the most
against
part.
you?
It's true we were the only ones there the night Miss Brady died. But she was always in poor health. Always. From the time we came to her.
That sounds like an
Tell me how
excuse,
it
sir.
happened. There was a storm, as fierce as the one brewing outside right now when she was taken bad. The telephone was out of order. I went for the doctor on foot, but he got there too late.
Were you mentioned in the will?
Barely. Certainly not what we were led to believe. She was just saying it, you see, to ensure our devotion to her. I'm not sure what came over me just then. The strain of tonight, I expect, and worry over Mrs. Rogers, of course.
I see.
What brought you here to Shipwreck Island?
We expected to finally meet Mr. and Mrs. Owen today. Ethel didn't want to take the job, but I insisted. I'm beginning to wish I'd listened to her.
Very kind of you to give me your time, Mr. Rogers.
Alright, I already talked to
Interesting
everyone.
history Shipwreck Island has. I studied up on it before I came down.
What are the names of those two people I'm accused of killing?
John and Lucy Combs. I made a note of it.
Must have been a couple of kids I ran over.
Oh, and everyone killed someone.
For them,
Or
for you?
some people.
Well, I was thinking for me, but of course you're right, sir. It was damn.
Every
bad
single
luck
one
for
of them.
Of course, it was a pure
Except for
accident.
main character.
They rushed out of some cottage or other. Beastly nuisance. English roads are hopeless, of course. Can't get up a decent pace on them. Well, anyway, it wasn't my fault.
Yeah. Oh, 3D. Well, I guess he's poisoned. Or having a severe massive diarrhea. Everyone Minecraft, everyone, somebody. Yeah. Indeed. He had some fatty hands.
This man is dead.
This man's dead. Indeed. Totally. Thank you for bringing him up. Tell me about it. I think he's poisoned.
Poison? Can't say exactly. Everything points to one of the cyanides. No distinctive smell of prussic acid. Probably potassium cyanide. It acts pretty well instantaneously.
Was it in the whiskey?
In the whiskey? Yes, without a doubt.
Okay.
Do you think it was suicide?
Seems like it.
Does knowing him, I don't think it is suicide. I'm pretty sure someone killed him.
He died of asphyxiation, right enough.
Could he have been murdered?
Yeah.
Not my line of country. I'm a doctor, not a detective.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
Not I. Personally or professionally.
Fair
What
enough.
do you think that record means?
A disgraceful and heartless practical joke, I suppose.
What was the gossip concerning the Seaton case?
I'm not one to spread gossip to just anyone about a man as distinguished as Justice Wargrave. If I was certain about it, perhaps. But I'm not.
If you'll excuse me, Doctor.
Yeah. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you.
Do you think it was suicide?
You conduct yourself well, Mr. Narracott, if you don't mind my saying so. Mr. Blore has told us that you are not what you appear, yet you told him you were not a detective.
No, sir. But I've read many detective novels. I even had one of those junior detective kits when I was a boy. Magnifying glass, fingerprint powder.
So you're a fake detective.
Junior detective kit. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
An amateur sleuth, then. You appear to have something of a gift for it.
About the suicide, Judge.
I'm not yet prepared.
Oh, okay, I guess it changed to blue for some reason. I just want to push his bald dude. Something about him is very pushable. I agree with you.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
I knew his father, the Duke, and his elder brother. Like so many younger sons of his class, Anthony Marsden was a bit of a
I don't know. I don't see. I think he's pretty much getting close to being bald by now.
Dabbling in politics. But this is not
His widow's peak is no longer there. It's just gone.
What do you think that record means?
May I answer that in a moment after asking a question of my own?
Of course.
Does anyone know Mr. Owen's full name?
My letter was signed only UN Owen.
Yes.
Very flickable. I'll say. Very flippable forehead.
Stretch of fancy, unknown. I'll now answer your question, Mr. Narracott. The name, the recording.
I will say, I do
all
wish
but you were lured to this island.
I
have
did
no
do
doubt in my mind we have been invited here
the
by a
setup
madman,
for
very
the new
possibly a dangerous homicidal lunatic.
stream setup, but I haven't because I have not finished the template yet. Sadly.
I know there was talk about my competence, even my ego running wild, but the truth of it is very simple. My health. A lifetime sentencing my fellow man, and now a higher power has passed judgment.
Also, can someone do something about the dead body? It's just sitting there.
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
I shouldn't have said Mr. Marston was a suicidal type of gentleman at all.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
Never clapped eyes on him. And who gave you the authority to question us?
You're under no obligation to answer me.
Well, you have a choice to not answer me, you know that, sir?
Not one bit. Very queer, the whole situation.
Thanks, Blore.
What do you mean by very queer, sir?
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
Yes. In my experience, certain types of individuals, when faced with their sin, will then commit the greater one.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No.
Well, that was the answer.
What do you think that record means?
There is something very peculiar about it.
I overheard you mention St. Trednick to Miss Claythorne.
I was staying at a seaside hotel near St. Trednick this same week.
All right, then.
4 years ago. That boy Cyril Hamilton drowned near there. It was the talk of the town. His half-brother was much older. Hugo, I think his name was. Cyril was a vile child, by all accounts, but first in line for the family title and estates. When he died, it all went to Hugo. He was just
Okay.
about Miss Claythorne's age. There was talk of something between them.
You're suggesting Vera let the boy drown so the man she loved could inherit?
That would be idle gossip. I don't indulge in idle gossip. I've only told you the facts of the case as I remember them.
That is all, Miss Brett.
Fair enough. I wish I don't need to go... Okay, now it makes sense why I can't just go around. What about you, sir?
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
He didn't seem particularly remorseful. Of course, the record might have set him off somehow. A new incident long after the fact may create a strong feeling of guilt or fear. Wouldn't you say, Doctor?
Possible. Quite possible.
So just
know
die
Marston before he
from
arrived here today?
from fear, I
Heard him,
guess.
but we'd never crossed paths or swords.
What do you think that record means?
There is something wrong with this entire weekend, and especially with our host, Mr. Owen.
I believe we're all coming around to that conclusion.
Yes, but I know something you don't, Judge.
What is that?
I recognize the voice on that recording, and it was definitely not Mr. Owen.
Who was it?
Not so fast, Narracott. Not until I think things through a bit more.
Thank you, Lombard.
Hmm.
Do you think Marston committed suicide?
You'd never think he would kill himself. He was so alive. When he came down that hill in his car, he looked... Oh, I can't explain.
He looks hot. You gonna
Did
say
you know
that?
Marston before he arrived here today?
No, he... I'm sure I would have remembered.
You gonna say he looks like...
Claythorne? Lad had his faults, you know.
Why did it become blue?
What do you think that record means?
I'm so
It was
confused.
unfair,
Why is it blue?
What it said. Very unfair.
You seem to be a remarkably perceptive girl, Miss Claythorne.
Why, thank you, Mr. Narracott.
Is there anything you can tell me about our fellow castaways?
Castaways? You make it sound so...
Romantic?
I was going to say dramatic. Let me
Yeah, I
see.
was gonna say
None
that's
of us
just
can
that's
find
no
any
way
secrets to me, I'm
romantic.
afraid. Oh, except one.
That is...
I really don't know you well enough to answer you.
A pleasure as always.
It ain't Gilligan's Island, I say that. SS
Do
Guppy.
you think it was suicide?
How dare you? My wife died of natural causes, sir. A long illness, nothing more.
I meant Marston.
Marston? No honor in him that I could see.
Alright.
Did you know Marston before he arrived here today?
No, I don't think so. Not a military man, I'd wager. Lombard now. He reminds me of someone from my command. But the name wasn't Lombard.
What do you think that record means?
Ugly. After 30 years. Ugly thing to say.
Thank you, General. Stay well.
Okay, finally something happened.
I went to check on my wife, sir. She is resting comfortably. But I'm afraid I have some distressing news.
Oh?
One of the china figures of a sailor boy has been broken off.
Chapter 2. 9 little sailor boys sat up very late. One overslept himself, and then there were 8.
Filthy night. I tried to go out to get some more wood for the fire, but the wind drove me back.
A storm like that will keep us all indoors.
My apologies for the accommodations, Mr. Narracott, but all the beds are taken.
Makes one wonder where the Owens were planning to sleep, doesn't it?
A good servant follows instructions, sir. He does not question his employer, unless you'd like to share the deceased's room with the corpse.
This will do fine. Thank you, Rogers.
I'll wish you a good night then, sir.
He just looks like if I fucking stick up his ass.
Everyone should be sound asleep by now. Good time for a little stealth work.
Can I turn it on now?
Power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
Damn it. There's something about this thing. I need... It's bothering me. Needles?
Perhaps another time.
Okay, what can I do?
I'll need to wait until the weather lets up a bit.
Fair enough. Right, I already fully checked around here. But... what else could I do?
Not that I'd want to play, even if there was time. I've no talent for the game whatsoever.
Man, you're boring, aren't you?
Locked. Interesting painting. Birds don't appeal to me, but someone here certainly fancies them.
I like birds.
Whoever it is, please leave us. My wife needs her rest.
Sorry about that, Rogers.
Not at all.
He's not gonna question why I'm out here. Wee. Well, it's not like I have anything here. I don't have any fruit on me,
The larder is very well stocked.
so I can't really press
The
anything.
larder is very well stocked.
Yes, it is very well stocked, sir.
It's a sturdy cast iron stove. 9 little sailor boys.
There's something I could do here, but besides, well, this, obviously, I already did that.
A place for everything and everything in its place. A radiator. You can't have enough of them, really. Fresh flowers. Quite pretty. That doesn't make sense.
Fine.
It's turning, but no sound is coming out. Something must be missing.
Oh wait, I already listened to it, so I don't know why. Unless it's a new one. I already just went to it. God damn it. Whoops. Okay. So I already investigated down here. So probably best if I go upstairs.
It's tightly locked.
Okay, that's locked.
It's locked fast.
That one's locked. Uh-huh. Oh, wait. I'll be an idiot. Well, actually, maybe there's something back there I could get. Anything here? No. Oh god, he looks dead.
There's nothing I can do for the victim now.
Well, can I not grab it? Grab the bag? Like, check it? You were so inclined to check it before, why can't I check it now? Fine. Yeah, I just cannot check it, I guess. I can't check it now. Hold on. Let's try to get a door.
I see nothing remarkable.
Yeah. Nothing really changed here. I feel like a creep. Watch out, sir. Don't piss yourself. Or that'll become some evidence.
It's a rather bland landscape.
I wish I could just investigate that, but I guess not. Oh, whoops. I already went to that way. Okay, I walked out. No one closes their doors, I swear. Also, I think I went to the same spot, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I'm out. Okay, what about in here?
He's as tight as an owl. I expect nothing could wake him up. I don't think going through that would help. Either he's innocent, in which case I'd be grossly invading his privacy, or he's guilty, and surely wouldn't be daft enough to leave any evidence in his luggage.
Sure. Well, there's nothing in here. Oops. Right way. This is like the most nicely calm bathroom ever because you can barely hear any rain. And I'm jealous.
I don't need to lug this around with me.
Can I put some ash in there? No. Cheese? No.
I won't do that.
Fine.
It's a marble sculpture of an elephant.
Why, hello there. No one's going to hear me from this.
Tightly locked.
I guess I'll go into it our way then.
I can't open it. It's locked.
How the fuck is it locked from the inside? You could flip the damn doors. I can tell there is like a. Okay, I guess for some reason you can lock doors inward and outward now. I guess. Sure.
I guess Owen made sure no clocks in the house are working. This one is stopped.
Pretty sure there's nothing I can investigate though. I don't think I have anything to investigate.
It doesn't look very comfortable.
Because I already checked the majority of the house.
A hawk with a fish in its talons. The bird theme is starting to get to me.
Also, I think that's like the same voice actor as Detective Hoenn from the one point click game about the druids. The druids. I recognize the voice actor.
I think I recognize this lady. Perhaps she owned the house in the past. Who knows? She may still. I'm guessing Ethel went through the trouble of supplying most of the rooms with fresh flowers. Morning is coming. I'd best get back to my bed.
Oh.
Well, I didn't get much rest, but at least I have something to show for it. I'd best see if everyone has come down for breakfast.
Alright. I guess someone moved the body. Time to go to breakfast time. Breakfast time. Hey guys, I get the guy and fuck.
If what Narracott told Vera is true, and mind you, I take anything he says with a grain of salt, then they will not be sending a boat until at least Monday, even if the storm clears.
Wise to remember, Narracott's the odd man out here.
Yes, thanks to you, I believe, Blore.
At least nothing else has occurred.
I hope you are correct, Miss Claythorne. However, I feel compelled to draw your attention to this table's centerpiece.
Now 2 are broken. How odd.
Ah, Mr. Narracott, good morning. Since Mr. Marsden won't be joining us, there is an extra place for breakfast, although
That's so
breakfast
weird.
itself seems to be a trifle behind schedule.
I'm afraid there is no breakfast at present. Mrs. Rogers has not been able to carry on this morning.
What's the matter with the woman? I was promised fresh apple juice this morning.
I must tell you a sad piece of news. Mrs. Rogers died in her sleep.
My guy, who put lipstick on your face?
Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
She was a very skittish creature. And she had a shock last night.
Creature?
It might have been heart failure.
Her heart certainly failed to beat. What caused it to fail is the question.
Probably the sedatives you gave her?
Did you hear anything in the night?
No, my sleep was quite restful.
Much obliged for your assistance, Miss Claythorne. Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death, Judge?
I'm afraid it confirms my opinion that there is something very wrong on this island. It occurs to me that if these 2 deaths were not suicides or accidents, that Mr. Owen may very well be responsible. If so, he is almost certainly on this island somewhere.
I agree. I think we should find a way off this island immediately.
I don't think Mr. Owen even exists, to be honest.
Did you hear anything in the night?
I confess I slept fitfully. Marsden's death, the storm, but I heard nothing. Possibly also due to the storm.
Understandable, Judge. Quite
I
understandable.
like how I can tell
Mr.
that
Narracott,
this is like
can your boat
mirrored.
be repaired?
I doubt very seriously it can be repaired. Mr. Blore did a good job.
I like how the hair is mirrored.
Steady on. I didn't know then how the land lay, did I?
So you say.
If you find a means of leaving the island or of signaling the mainland, I'm sure we would all be in your debt.
And I'm sure all of us would help in any way we could.
Here, here.
We're never going to leave the island. None of us are ever going to leave.
What were you hinting at concerning Marston's politics?
Only that he'd become mixed up with some foreigners. I think that's all I
Okay.
can say at present.
Thank you kindly, Judge.
I guess he's
What was the cause of
xenophobic.
death?
Impossible to say offhand.
There must be an autopsy.
I certainly couldn't give a certificate without one.
When did you find out?
Rogers roused me at first light. He'd gotten up to light the stove and see to the power generator before waking her. When she didn't respond, he got me.
Can you tell when she died?
Without an autopsy, not for certain, but it must have been some hours ago. The body was, quite cold.
And
Did you
sad.
hear anything in the night?
No, although it appears I should have.
If you'll excuse me, Doctor. Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
We know that she consumed something last night. Dr. Armstrong told us so.
I, Mr. Lombard?
You gave her a sedative.
A small dose of Trianol, nothing more.
Doctors have made mistakes before.
You're suggesting I accidentally gave Mrs. Rogers an overdose?
Accidentally or otherwise. One death may have been an accident or suicide, but 2 in the space of a few hours?
Simply outrageous, man of my standing.
Any
I'm
more
sorry, but
questions,
you've
Mr.
also
Narracott?
been accused of killing someone, so I can care
Did you
less.
hear anything in the night?
I'm a very light sleeper. In future, I hope everyone will bear that in mind. Yes, several times I heard something.
You didn't investigate?
With a judge, a detective, and an amateur sleuth in the house, you hardly need my poor skills in that line. I prefer to keep watch.
The hunter in his blind?
A good analogy, Judge.
You said you recognized Owen's voice.
I've had time to think it over, and I'm sure I did. But I see no reason to share that information with you.
Good day to you, Mr. Lombard. Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
I'm sure Mrs. Rogers wasn't to blame. A good, loyal woman.
Did you hear anything in the night?
I thought I heard a voice calling my name. My wife, she died several years ago. I expect it was a dream.
General, you said you thought you recognized Lombard.
Did I? Yes, I expect I did. But I fail to see what business it might be of yours.
I'm sorry, but you want to die?
You're a detective, Mr. Bloor. Any theories?
I appreciate you recognizing the fact there's a professional present. I'd like to know what she had to eat or drink last night before she collapsed.
Rogers assures me she had nothing whatsoever.
Of course he would say that. But see here. They've done a murder and gotten away with it. Now she's all hysterical, likely to give the show away. She's a danger to her husband. That's what she is.
Oh, I should hardly think a man would do that to his wife.
You said you knew something about the history of this island.
Most of the old stuff can be found in the library. Its more recent history is just as interesting, though. But I'm not inclined to divulge that just yet.
Thanks, Bloor. Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
Conscience.
What do you mean by that?
She was accused, together with her husband, of having deliberately murdered her former employer, an old lady. You all saw her last night. She broke down completely. The shock of her wickedness brought home to her was too much to bear. She literally died of fear.
Possibly, if there was cardiac weakness.
Call it, if you prefer, an act of God.
I won't take up any more of your time, Miss Brent.
Chapter 3. 8 little sailor boys traveling in Devon. One said he'd stay there, and then there were 7.
I see.
Rogers didn't let his wife's death get in the way of his custodial duties. I assume everyone has gone off on their own pursuits. I should do the same.
Well, in the meantime, I might as well get some apples. Right? That's the first thing I could think of. Oh, who are you?
Nice to have a break in the weather, although I don't expect it will last.
You don't seem concerned by the 2 deaths.
I remember a text that hung in my nursery as a child. Be sure thy sin will find thee out.
So in some way, Marston's and Mrs. Rogers' sins have found them out?
Of course. I have nothing to fear. I've committed no sin. You, if your story is true, have only been protecting your brother. God's law understands such a loving gesture, even if man's law does not.
I see.
What are you knitting?
A shawl for my niece.
Aww.
It's quite subdued for a girl, isn't it?
A man would say that, of course. She is a modest child, and decent. These colors are most appropriate.
Have you seen Rogers?
He's in the kitchen, I think, preparing a cold supper.
That is all, Miss Brent.
Well, you want some needles?
I won't do that.
Oh, come
Perhaps
on.
another time.
Fine.
Now is not the time for chatter.
Fine. Okay, going. Actually. Just in case, I'm gonna see if I could grab back the cloth if I can. If not, then oof.
It's a press. Looks like it can hold quite a large amount of fruit.
Okay, I cannot grab back the thing. Alright then. Let's get through here. What's this? A hose. I can see you clip through the floor. Or the pipe, actually. I know how these old point click games are like. These old ones.
I don't think that's appropriate.
These are PNGs. These things do not exist as 3D objects. The only 3D objects that exist is the things that possibly exist in this world that I interact with, or just the player model. And there are 3D models that exist here. Oh, okay. What's in here?
I can't walk around carrying an axe. They'll lock me up, or worse.
Fine. Oh, but shovel. Okay. I can't walk around. I can't walk around with an axe, but shovel, sure. Totally not suspicious at all. Or a whole ass ladder.
The generator seems to be working fine.
I see.
This bears a closer
What's
look.
this? Dark memories haunt you? The fuel for pleasant thoughts must be found before all lie in ruins. Oh, I can see. Well, I think I found the thing that's supposed to put with the thing.
They don't get along.
Or not. Can I put the match in there?
There is no cause for that.
Or not.
I'm afraid it's stuck that way.
Change that, can't we? Well, let me like put all this stuff together. Yeah, looks about right. Might as well get going then. Is this the orchard? No, back here again. What about this way? Okay, I'm back here now.
Standing here isn't helping anything.
Well, stop complaining then and actually say shit. What are you thinking then, huh?
The grass is slippery and the slope is steep. I'd best stick to the path.
Maybe Owen has wings and is perched someplace we can't reach.
Or swimming around out there with the fish.
What are y'all talking
You
about?
think you'll find Owen?
If he's here, we'll find him.
Why don't you split up?
I suggested that.
The island isn't that big. I felt it was good to stick together to be sure every inch has been covered.
Have you seen Vera?
Miss Claythorne was up on Ship Rock when we searched up there.
Have you seen the General?
He was down on that little beach to the south of Ship Rock. He's definitely gaga, if you ask me.
Like he was in a trance, talking to his wife, asking her forgiveness. Creepy. He sent that Richmond fellow to his death for playing up to the missus. Make no mistake
I guess
about
he's
that.
going to die.
You look tired.
Miss Claythorne's concern for my well-being moves me far more than yours, Narrowcut. But thanks all the same.
Any conclusions?
Only that I'm damn glad I brought this along.
Oh,
You have a
fuck.
gun? Why didn't you say something?
I would have used it if necessary.
Still, I don't like it very much.
Well, I don't care very much.
Any idea how we can get off the island?
When I was... well, a friend of mine, actually. When he was in the army, he saw a new parachute design that allowed you to steer. If you like, I can draw you a plan to construct a parachute like the one he saw.
That would be splendid. Thank you.
One parachute per order. It's pretty crude, but I think you'll get the idea. I added a list of materials, too.
Thanks. That'll be all, Mr. Lombard.
That was helpful. Just good to be standing there.
It's Lombard's plan for building a parachute. I'll copy it into my notebook.
Okay, parachute. I guess that's something that's helpful. Newspaper clipping. Lombard's plan. So silk sheet. Yeah, this silk. Sewn together. Alright,
I can't get them to fit.
fine. I guess I'll ask the dark eye. Not the woman at the top about it. Various ropes. I don't think I have any ropes. Yeah, I don't have any rope. 3 metal struts, and a bit of luck, not to mention a high enough ground to launch from. Well, I have some stepping ladder. I guess I have I have some shovel. Bird. You good, man?
Nice peaceful spot you found for yourself, sir.
There is so little time. So little time.
I'm making a tour of the island, so to speak.
Quite the adventurer, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have you seen anything that might be useful to us?
You don't understand. You don't understand at all. I'm not sorry I came here. No, it was time. I'm content at last. It feels very strange to come to the end, not have to go on. I know now I will never leave. That's peace. Real peace.
Thank you, General. Stay well.
Oh, I guess he's not gonna talk about the fact that it sounds like he's about to kill himself. Or Minecraft himself. It is a very mature stream. I don't know why. I hope this is noted. Hello, ma'am.
It seems so close. As if I could almost jump across and leave this island behind me.
I'd hate for you to jump, Miss Claythorne. I'd miss you.
I think I'd miss you too.
We barely met
Think
each
someone on shore
other.
could see us.
If they used a telescope like the one on the patio outside my room, I expect they might.
What do you think of Lombard?
I think he's like last night's storm. Dark and wild and possibly dangerous.
But you like him even so.
I love storms.
Have you ever been in love?
I thought I was. I thought I could do anything for him.
What happened?
I'd rather not talk about it, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry the job here didn't work out for you.
It was only temporary. I want to be a teacher, not a secretary. I want another chance to teach more than anything in the world.
Tell me about yourself.
Mr. Narracott, would you think me terribly rude if I just wanted to stand here and look at the scenery before the next storm closes in?
No, I'm sorry I bothered you.
Oh, you didn't bother me. Quite the contrary. But now I'd just like to enjoy the scenery.
I want to slap that ass. And just walk away. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. Hey, I got the...
I need to subdue the bees first. They'll do me in for sure if I disrupt their artificial home. I won't do that.
Fine. Well, what if?
There is no cause for that.
Fuck you.
They don't get along.
Just fine, try. Hey, wait. Awesome. I think I saw something. Oh, I know, never mind. I could go walk back. How big is this fucking island?
Not many apples in this orchard. I suppose I'd blame the lack of sun.
Well, yeah, and the very weird looking PNGs.
Goats. They look hungry.
Can I give them apples?
That isn't such a good idea.
Fine.
I can't take that apart.
Fine.
This thicket is rife with thorns. I can't get through it.
Anything? I know, I'm testing waters here. Very shallow waters. Would they want some...
That isn't such a good idea.
I guess they don't want cheese.
They don't get along.
Fine.
Those don't work together.
You're not so adventurous, aren't you? What the fuck was that?
Is a menace. That goat is a menace.
That goat nearly snapped his own neck. Do I just put apples here? No. I can't even interact with it. Fine.
Sunflowers. Odd. It doesn't seem like this island gets much in the way of sun.
Hold up. Do we have anything I like to cut? No. So both ways, nada.
There are some suitable looking apples up near the top of this tree, but I can't reach them.
Hey, wait. Yes! We got in our basket. Wait, am I not gonna take...
Not many apples in this orchard. I suppose I'd blame the lack of sun.
I guess we're not going to, like, grab it. Okay, I guess we're not gonna grab those either. What about here then?
It's an old windmill. Impossible to say what it powers, if anything.
If anything. I'm here again. I'm right here now. Well, let's go the other way then. Oh. I am here now. Okay, so I guess they're doing billiards right now or something. Just playing pool. But just get back outside real quick because I want to give the cloth to the woman.
I won't do that.
I want to ask her.
Could you help me sew these sheets together to make a parachute?
I suppose I could. There's a sewing kit in the servants' quarters. The needles would work, but I don't think the thread would be strong enough.
That is all, Miss Brent.
These will work splendidly.
I don't have any swing. I don't have any string, Sally. And ain't no way I could use a hose. Actually, I could check if I could, if couldn't. If I can use a hose for string, I'm going to lose it. Okay, good.
This house looks as sturdy as a fortress.
I was going to say. Alright.
I asked Rogers what this Miss Brady had suffered from. In a certain form of cardiac trouble, when an attack comes on, an ampule of amyl nitrate is broken and inhaled. If amyl nitrate were withheld...
I see. No positive action must be taken, No arsenic to obtain and administer. Nothing definite at all.
And nothing could be proved against Rogers or his wife.
It explains our situation here quite neatly. There are crimes that cannot be brought home to their perpetrators by the usual methods.
A judge taking advantage of his position? No offense, Judge.
A doctor under the influence letting a scalpel slip? No offense, Doctor. The point is, it explains Mr. Unknown. He has, for reasons only he knows, decided to seek justice for certain crimes as he sees them.
And who among us is the only one that stands unaccused?
Me.
Mr. Narracott, right on cue.
Have you seen any of the others?
I believe Mr. Blore and Mr. Lombard are off searching the island for Mr. Owen.
You didn't want to join them?
They are men accustomed to physical activity. I prefer to search for the truth with my mind.
Me too.
Man, you're stupid, aren't you?
Find Mr. Owen?
Not in the sense you mean.
Where would you search for Mr. Owen?
Closer to home.
Any idea how we can get off the island?
I've allowed you to continue your own investigations, Mr. Narracott, because I disagree that being the odd man out makes you more suspect. On the contrary. But I've given you a good deal of advice already. It would be well if you thought for yourself.
So you're not gonna give me an idea?
Let's get on with our game.
I've got a plan to get off the island. Can you help me build a parachute?
I'm not as strong as I once was, I'm afraid. Perhaps some of the others can assist you.
I am grateful for your assistance, Judge Wargrave.
What about you?
Have you seen any of the others?
Before we came in here, I saw Miss Brent knitting on the patio as if she hadn't a care in the world.
Could you perform an autopsy on Mrs. Rogers?
I could, sir, but I won't. As Mr. Lombard so helpfully pointed out, it might be thought I had something to do with her death. It would be unethical for me to operate.
How much Trianol is missing from your supply?
I wouldn't know. I left the bottle with Rogers in case his wife required a second draft.
That is all for now, Dr. Armstrong.
Got it. I open the door now.
It's tightly locked.
God damn it. Let's get to the kitchen. Nothing changed yet.
Hello, Rogers.
Hello, sir. Was there anything you required?
Just looking around. That ham looks good.
Mrs. Rogers had a way with hams. Baked, boiled, fried, pickled, en casserole. Always a treat.
When will dinner be ready?
8 o'clock, sir. Or close to it.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary since you arrived here, Rogers?
Just this, sir. This house is more like a museum than a residence. I've dusted every square inch, and I found articles left behind by many previous owners, including the Robsons, that actress, and even the Admiralty. The only owners who seem to have left no mark at all are Mr. and Mrs. Owen.
Very kind of you to give me your time, Mr. Rogers.
Well.
I need something here to use as a crossbar.
Crossbar. We need the shovel? Look, he uses a crossbar. Now look, we take out part the shovel,
Some
right?
things once done cannot be undone.
Yeah.
I can't take that apart. I need something here to use as a crossbar.
crossbar. Let me try again. Not a shovel.
The larder is very well stocked. I don't need to lug this around with me.
Oh! I got an idea. No?
I don't think that's appropriate.
Okay.
I'm afraid it's stuck that way.
Then what can I use then? No. Not like I could take apart the thing, right?
Some things once done cannot
Yeah, I
be
cannot
undone.
take that apart. What about you?
I can't take that apart. I'm afraid it's stuck that way. That came apart rather easily. They don't get along. I can't see anything of interest. I see nothing remarkable.
With cheese. There's other things that I'm not done yet. I gotta use my brain. I gotta see if anything changed.
Better to let the dead rest in peace.
Damn, she dead. Nope. Let's just get back inside the kitchen real quick. Because I want to see if there's other things I could try. Because what else can I do? Ah.
I need something here to use as a crossbar.
Well, at least I got a cup. But I don't have anything like a crossbar that I could think of. No. Nothing.
That isn't such a good idea.
Yeah, I know. Just leave me alone real quick, okay? Well, we have a cup there now.
I need something here to use as a crossbar.
Yeah, no.
Please don't interfere with my duties. It could mean the sack.
Sorry. I need to think. Hey, wait. Maybe I should probably check back outside. I think I remember there was like...
No one's hiding in there.
Yeah.
I'll stake my reputation on it.
I've done some hunting in my day for some very elusive game. If Owen's in that house, he must be invisible.
Sorry, you stretch.
Any luck at all?
There's no one on this island except our 9 selves.
I see.
Where haven't you searched?
The woodshed. I should have guessed he might be out there.
Have you reached any conclusions?
Maybe it was just an accident and a suicide. Or 2 accidents or 2 suicides for all I know.
Good day to you, Mr. Bloor.
Oh. Well, might as well check on him now.
Woodshed is empty.
This is a dead end. If Owen's buried under that woodpile, good riddance to him.
Have you searched the entire island?
Early days yet. Plenty of ground still to cover.
Thanks, Bloor.
The wind is picking up again, and there are white horses on the sea.
Has anyone seen the good doctor?
Here I am, Judge, just freshening up in my room before dinner.
How did your search go, Mr. Lombard?
Badly, Judge. I'm afraid I found nothing and lost Mr. Bloor.
There's a squall moving in again. Shiprock's become quite windy.
He died.
What is it, man?
The figures, sir. The figures in the middle of the table. Look, now another's gone. There's only 7. It doesn't make sense. What's going on? What's happening?
We can discuss this new development over dinner. It's ready, Rogers?
Yes, sir. It's only cold tongue and cold ham, sir.
We understand, Rogers.
Where's the general?
Last time I saw him was on that beach. You asked me about him, Narracott. Did you find him there?
Yes.
Did he say anything to you?
His mind was wandering.
Perhaps you'd be so good as to fetch the general, Mr. Narracott.
Wandering.
We'll delay dinner for you both.
No need for that. He's dead. Down there on the beach, leaning against a rock like a stick of driftwood.
Chapter 4. 7 little sailor boys chopping up sticks. One chopped himself in halves, and then there were 6.
Rogers is a first-class butler. I'll say that for him.
Wife was a pretty good cook, too. Too bad we only got 1 meal out of her.
Ladies and gentlemen, back to the business at hand. I'm going to ask Mr. Narracott to continue his investigation.
But he's the last one who saw the general alive.
The last one who is willing to admit to it. Mr. Narracott?
Where were you during the half hour in question?
I won't deny that Lombard and I had split up by then. I was just wondering, collecting my thoughts, you might say.
I see.
How did you come to find the body?
I'd seen the old gent down on the beach when we searched the island. He seemed pretty confused. I saw the storm coming on, knew it was almost supper time. Thought I'd collect him.
See anyone else on the beach?
No, no one.
See anything of a murder weapon?
Plenty of solid Devon rocks about. I didn't see any blood, but the rock could have just been tossed in the surf.
One said he'd stay right there, and then there were 7.
Thank you, Miss Claythorne, for again calling our attention to the rhyme. It is significant without a doubt. We have one dead from having choked himself. Another overslept herself. Now a third wishes to remain in Devon, and his wish is granted to him in a most final manner.
Thanks, Blore.
I see.
Where were you during the half hour in question?
Mostly in the kitchen, sir, preparing dinner. I also washed dishes, swept the patio, where I saw Miss Brent knitting. Quietly cleaned the game room so as not to disturb the doctor and the judge. Made the beds, and chopped some more firewood.
Very kind of you to give me your time, Mr. Rogers.
Oh no, I think he's going to die. I think it's going to be the next one to die.
Try and learn more about the General's untimely death.
Fine.
Where were you during the half hour in question?
Up on Ship Rock, where we spoke.
The entire time?
Yes, until the wind came up. I thought I should get back before the storm.
You could see the beach from where you were?
I spent most of my time on the far side of the summit. But I did move to a position above the beach once or twice. I saw you talking to the General from there.
Yes. He seemed to know he was going to die.
Could that be because you were swinging a rock at his head?
He was quite alive when I left him. Did you see anyone else on the beach?
Yes, I saw Philip. Mr. Lombard and Mr. Blore walking up the path from the beach. But that was earlier.
Anything else you can add, Vera?
No, nothing, I'm afraid.
A good evening to you, Miss Claythorne. Stay safe.
Well, you then.
Cause of death, Doctor?
The back of his skull was crushed with a blunt instrument.
Could the General's death have been an accident?
There were multiple wounds. Unless he repeatedly slammed the back of his head against a rock, I think we can safely rule out accident and suicide.
Which confirms what we've all come to suspect. The first 2 deaths were undoubtedly murder as well.
I concur.
Time of death?
Only a few minutes before he was found. Not more than 30 at the outside.
Do you have an alibi for that period of time?
Why, the judge and I were playing snooker.
Forgive me, Doctor, but you went up to your room, if you'll recall.
Oh, of course, of course. For a moment or two only.
That is all for now, Dr. Armstrong.
He seems quick to bring it up.
Where were you during the half hour in question?
After the Doctor and I finished our game, I had a look around the library. I'm surprised to say I found one of my own books in there. I wonder which of the previous inhabitants of the island it belonged to.
Why not Owen?
My dear Mr. Blore, it was perfectly clear to me some time ago, and after your search you must realize now as well. Mr. Owen is on this island. He, or she, is one of us.
No, no, no.
Young lady, this is no time for refusing to look facts in the face. We are all in grave danger. One of us is Mr. Unknown, and Mr. Unknown has no good planned for us.
I'm a well-known professional man. The mere idea that I could be suspected of murder is preposterous.
I too am a well-known person. That, my dear sir, proves less than nothing. Doctors have gone mad before now. Judges have gone mad. So have policemen.
I see.
I am grateful for your assistance, Judge Woodruff.
Whoops.
What do you think we should do, Judge?
Be on our guard, especially at night.
I'd suggest prayer.
I'm not adverse to prayer, Miss Brent, but I would supplement it with a locked door.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Yes. I've been asked why I trust you, Mr. Narracott, our odd man out, to lead these informal inquiries of ours. It is very simple. It is clear to me that Mr. Owen had not planned on you stopping here on the island with us.
Unless Blore is Owen.
Stow that talk, Doctor.
An attempt has been made on your life.
So he says.
Right now, there is no one I trust more to get us out of this predicament.
Prettily spoken, Judge. I know you'll pardon me for saying this, but if you are Owen, you might want a bumbling amateur on the case more than a professional like Blaw.
I would hope we all answer Mr. Blaw's questions with equal candor.
Too right.
Good evening, Judge.
I see.
Where were you during the half hour in question?
On the front patio, knitting. I'd been there since just after breakfast. You spoke with me there.
We saw her too after we'd searched the house.
Thank you, Mr. Lombard, but I feel bound to add that there were many stretches of time throughout the morning when I was quite alone.
Who else did you see?
Almost everyone at one time or another, I should think. I saw the General walk off along that path towards Ship Rock. A minute or two later, Miss Claythorne headed in the same direction.
He went to the beach. I climbed the rock.
Rogers was also near me for a time, sweeping away some of the debris on the patio from last night's storm.
Very tidy chap, that Rogers.
I don't know if it's important, but I heard someone up above me near the telescope. But I don't know who it was.
Good evening to you, Miss Brent.
Someone up above.
Where were you during the half hour in question?
After Blaw wandered off, I went back to that ruined fishing village. It seemed the most likely place for Owen to be hiding. When the weather closed in, I made a dash back here to the house.
Find any trace of Owen or anyone else on the island apart from us?
No, I wish I had.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Not at the moment.
Hmm.
Do you think I should use the parachute to try and reach the mainland?
Yes, I think I'll feel a lot safer with you gone.
Could you assist me with your plan?
I handed it to you on a platter, Narracott. Surely others can help you with the menial work. I will pilot it for you, however.
That better be my job.
As you like.
Thank you, Lombard.
If I may sum up, we're trapped on this island at least till Monday morning. One of us is most certainly a homicidal maniac. None of us has a clear alibi for the time in which the General met his death. Have I forgotten anything?
Yes, it's storming again.
I should take advantage of this quiet time to explore the house.
I don't think I have much to do, though.
Our Lord moves in far more mysterious ways than you can ever hope to uncover.
Perhaps, Miss Brent, but I'm still willing to have a go. Who do you think the killer is?
Very well. I'll humor you. Mr. Blaw seems the most likely suspect.
Why?
He's already admitted he's checked up on all of us as part of his supposed job for Mr. Owen. People with secrets, especially those with secrets concerning possible murders, don't make their complicity common knowledge. It would take a man like Mr. Blaw to ferret it out.
Any idea who Mr. Owen's next victim might be?
Forgive me, but I doubt he takes you very seriously. That leaves the judge as the biggest threat. Yes, if I were the killer, I'd go after the judge next.
Thank you, Miss Brent.
Well, let's see. Since we're on the 7th one. No, you're wrong.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
I don't know why I could be able to contact it. Okay. I don't know why I did it twice, however. Well, 3 times, actually. I still got nothing to fix this goddamn thing, though.
I won't do that. That isn't such a good idea.
I know. Just in case. I don't want to make us feel like I'm missing something. hold up.
I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me.
They don't get along.
But I can see fingerprints. Well, I guess you already know who fingerprints it is, but still. But why do I need Martin's glass,
I shouldn't
though?
do that. I need to have my wits about me.
Unless I could just, like, put the turkey baster in it.
There is no cause for that.
Of course, there's no cause for that. What's this again?
Let me examine this further. This bears a closer look. I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me.
I don't need it. And I'm no pack rat.
Anything? Hey!
Candy, ice cream. The next feature will be beginning shortly.
Mr. Narracott.
We can't blame him for snooping about in the dark, Vera dear. I'm afraid it's in his nature.
Were you looking for us?
For you, certainly.
That does not sound sus.
The movies.
I guess it's just a theater room.
Who do you think the killer is?
I'd feel uncomfortable answering that.
Please try. Our lives may depend on it.
I'm surprised you value my opinion so highly. But if I were to guess, I'd be forced to say Dr. Armstrong.
Why?
Well, who else has the opportunity to cover his tracks so well? I, for one, can't dispute him if he says potassium cyanide has been used. And 2 of the 3 victims have been poisoned. Surely that points to a doctor.
Some might say to a woman.
Really?
Any idea who Mr. Owen's next victim might be?
Well, if I were Mr. Owen, I'd kill Philip.
Thank you so much.
He's obviously the most experienced at getting out of tight places. Wouldn't that make him the most dangerous to Mr. Owen?
Thank you for your time, Miss.
Excuse me.
And who do you think the killer is?
Wargrave. The recording called us prisoners at the bar. The whole plot smacks of a sense of criminal justice gone mad. From what Vera tells me, he let that Seaton chap swing just for the jollies. Wargrave's my bet. No doubt about it.
Any idea who Mr. Owen's next victim might be?
Well, if I were crass and selfish, not to think of it I am, I'd pick you. I don't much like you, Narracott.
Philip?
The swine has his sights on you, Vera, if you'd only see it. He doesn't deserve you.
Thank you, Lombard.
To be honest, that's very fair. She's kind of an idiot. Then again, you're also an idiot, so I don't blame you.
Ah, the movies.
Why the hell just say Alan?
Last of the Borgias, starring Gabrielle Steele. Never had the pleasure. The Queen's Handmaiden, Gabrielle Steele. I find her style slightly histrionic.
What does that mean?
Ah, the movies.
Ah, the movies.
Whatever. Oh.
Film is running, but nothing's being projected. Film is running, but nothing's being projected.
Maybe this is a good time to use the light bulb. Or not this kind of
That doesn't
light
make
bulb.
sense.
Yeah, I had to use the ones in that I put in the other one on. There's also a lock here, but I cannot.
I can't open it. It's locked.
Yeah, there's a. Or I guess there's just a light bulb right here, I guess. Alright.
I won't do that. I can't get them to fit. The film has been spooled. That isn't such a good idea.
Okay, fine. He looks like he can piss himself, to be honest.
Looked like a home movie of some sort.
Alright.
The film has been spooled.
How about this one then? Oh yeah, this is the scene that they were filming.
Interesting film. Can't make heads nor tails of it.
Me neither.
There's a film reel and a handwritten note in here.
Aha!
Let me examine this further.
That second dress makes me look like a harlot. Why can't we never reshoot? Oh, this must be... Yeah, I think this is probably like
A
the...
Gabrielle Steele film? No thanks, I'd rather not watch that tripe.
Come on, dude. Alright, just nothing in the film. Right.
I can't see anything of interest.
Is there like legit nothing we have here?
Locked.
Yeah, this is locked. Can I just like unjam it or something? Like unhinge it? It's annoying.
I can't get them to fit.
Oh, whoops.
There's a card and a film reel in here. I see nothing remarkable.
Oh, whoops.
Let me examine this further.
Taking the air, a breath of fresh air is rare when buried. A windowless room, in windowless rooms, and scarier elsewhere. Alright.
A Gabrielle Steele film? No thanks, I'd rather not watch that tripe. This bears a closer look.
You're not fun, aren't you?
This could use a closer look.
I didn't mean to do that.
I have nothing more to say to her. I have more important things to do than chat.
So instead of looking at a film like that, you refuse to look at it, even though there probably might be clues. You're an idiot. Oh.
Oh, Mr. Narracott. You startled me.
Sorry, Rogers. Rogers, what are you doing?
I've already locked the door between the kitchen and the dining room. No one will be able to play tricks with those sailor boy figures tonight, at any rate.
Who do you think the killer is?
Miss Claythorne, of course.
Why?
She brought the rhyme to our attention. She seems innocent of her crime. I think it's just a blind.
Aren't you innocent of your crime?
We're not talking of me, sir. And she's the least likely suspect with drunken doctors, wily judges, religious zealots, cowardly hunters, and you, whatever you are, running about.
Usually it's the butler who's the least likely suspect.
Not where I come from, sir.
Any idea who Mr. Owen's next victim might be?
Miss Claythorne.
But you said she was Mr. Owen.
Did I? Then Miss Brent.
Why?
There's something terrible about her. There's hard steel under those frumpy clothes. Mark my words. Owen would do well to polish her off before she gets her knitting needles into him.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
All right. Well, might as well go to the kitchen while I'm here then. Let's see if anything had changed.
I need something here to use as a crossbar.
Which I don't have. I don't have anything that could be a crossbar, sadly. And from room it is locked.
Open it. It's locked.
Yeah, it is locked. Which means let me just recheck the bedroom. Yep. What the fuck? Why are you here?
How goes the investigation, Blore? Better than yours, I'll wager.
Who do you think the killer is?
Rogers, of course. In my experience, it's almost always a servant. And he's the only one still standing.
Roger's background seems like an open book. He may have had a motive for killing his wife, but why kill the others?
The judge thinks it's a maniac. That's motive enough.
Even maniacs have motives that make sense to them.
Perhaps. Not being one, I wouldn't have an opinion about that.
Any idea who Mr. Owen's next victim will be?
I'm the biggest threat to him. A professional investigator. He's lucky he's gone undetected this long. I'm closing in and he knows it.
That'll do, Mr. Blore.
Alright. Fair enough. Well, doesn't even much of investigating here. For as far as I know.
Dr. Armstrong?
What? What? I must say, I don't think much of this barging in on people when they are...
Ministering to the sick?
I don't find that amusing, sir. Not in the slightest.
Dr. Armstrong, if it will relieve your mind at all, I don't think there's anyone alive on this island who truly believes you are a teetotaler.
Somehow that doesn't relieve my mind one bit.
You protest too much, then eye the drinks tray as if it were manna from heaven. You sneak off to your room to freshen up every chance you get.
All right, Mr. Narracott, you've made your point. What do you want?
Who do you think is the killer?
Miss Brent. Knitting. Always knitting. Like Madame Defarge in A Tale of Two Cities. Madame Defarge knitted the names of those destined for the guillotine. Revenge, sir. It seems an apt analogy. Also,
that's the reason.
Have you any proof?
Proof, sir, is for the police. I have a doctor's instincts. My instinct tells me that anyone that self-righteous and repressed might easily turn to murder. What did she call Mrs. Rogers' death? An act of God. A woman like that could easily cast herself in the role of God's sword.
Any idea who Mr. Owen's next victim might be?
No idea, but I assure you I plan to see it as not I.
Better lock your door then, Doctor. I walked right in.
Thank you for your time, Doctor.
Well, speaking of which, do you want a drink? Fair enough.
Nothing out of order in here. I'd best not take anything, though. I'm sure he would notice.
Yeah, I feel like if he dies, it's kind of probably the point that I should now I could like allow to like skirmish with stuff. Speaking of which, I should probably check in like one of the other deceased people's bags. No. I think this is it? No. Is this it? No.
Come here, Mr. Narracott. Don't be shy, it's only me.
Communing with the dead, Judge?
In a way, the law is much like necromancy. We delve, the dead give up their secrets.
What has General Mackenzie told you?
Notice the picture of his dear wife. Leslie, I believe he said her name was. The glass has been smashed, perhaps by the same blunt object that did for the General.
But why?
If we knew that, we might be further along in our inquiries, don't you think? If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say it has something to do with love. It's one of the prime motives, you know. Greed, revenge, and love. Love has killed as many as either of the other two.
Who do
I
you
see.
think the killer is?
Lombard is a man used to killing. He freely admits it. It could be a classic double bluff, plead that he is guilty so that we assume his innocence. He's used to taking matters into his own hands. If he suddenly decided for whatever reason that 10 people had to die, I doubt he'd sit still for natural causes.
Any idea who Mr. Owen's next victim will be?
If I were you, Mr. Narracott, I'd watch my own back. Blore is all bluster. I'm past my prime. Armstrong is easily manipulated. Miss Brent's Bible provides all her answers. Miss Claythorne is like a deer caught in onrushing headlights, which is why I suppose you and Mr. Lombard find her so attractive.
You don't miss much, do you?
I miss nothing. And if it doesn't seem too egotistical of me, I can't help feeling that Mr. Owen knows that. Even intended this mystery for me. Why, I can't say, but he didn't count on you, my young friend. I'm hoping that together we may yet thwart him.
Good evening, Judge.
I hope you die.
Everyone should be asleep by now. Those still awake must certainly be up to no good. Present company excluded, of course.
Damn it. I want to check the bags. Maybe I could check the bags now? Hopefully. Probably not.
It's tightly locked.
Come on.
No, Philip, you cannot
Oh.
come in.
My intentions are strictly honorable. I'm here to protect you.
I wouldn't believe him.
Patrick? Are you here to protect me as well?
If necessary.
Oh, that's very gallant of you. If true.
I only have your best interests at heart.
I too.
Gentlemen, I appreciate your concern, but I will be quite all right. I intend to put furniture in front of all my doors. We all need sleep, I think. Please excuse me.
A piece of advice, Narracott. You may get the killer, but I intend to get the girl.
And if she's the killer?
Well, that will make for some rather interesting evenings at home, won't it?
I think it's time for me to get some sleep. I can barely keep my eyes open.
Oh, now you're gonna go immediately go to bed now? Okay, I see how it is.
We're all a bit late this morning. I slept the clock round.
A sign of a clear conscience, Doctor? Or just a nightcap or two?
Uncalled for, Judge. Totally uncalled for.
No smell of coffee. The stove in the kitchen is cold.
Where's breakfast?
We were just wondering the same thing.
Miss Brent isn't in her room.
Has anyone else noticed the dining room is locked up tight?
Rogers did that, so no more Sailor Boy figurines could be broken.
He seems to have got the cart before the horse, if you ask me.
Kitchen door to the outside is locked as well.
Perhaps he's chopping firewood for the stove.
I confess I don't like it. Both Rogers and Miss Brent missing? Mr. Narracott, would you mind having a look around outside?
Certainly.
You don't mind if I tag along, I'm sure.
Sure.
Good morning, Mr. Narracott. I'm afraid the sea is as high as ever. I doubt we'll see a boat from the mainland today.
Have you been wandering about the island alone, Miss Brent? Don't you realize that is an exceedingly foolish thing to do?
I'm in no danger when I'm alone, Mr. Blore.
She doesn't get it at all. I'm sticking to you, Narracott. Let's find Rogers.
Aye, aye. Let's get to find Rogers. Actually, I mean, if I'm correct, he more likely is at Yep.
Rogers? Blimey, either he's a good 5 feet taller or...
Cut clean in half.
dead, of course.
Yes, we don't need Dr. Armstrong to tell us that.
Or to fix the cause of death. Axe looks cleaned off. A tidy chap like Rogers would have approved. Dining room key, I expect. He was holding it.
Rogers is now in his bedroom.
Look!
Chapter 5. 6 little sailor boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5.
It's starting to look interesting.
My compliments to Miss Claythorne and Mr. Blore for breakfast.
We have to eat to keep our strength up.
I'm a domestic sort of man. I don't mind.
Since it is now certain the killer is following the rhyme over the fireplace in the front parlor, our course is clear. Miss Brent, you have an allergy to bee stings. The next little sailor boy is meant to lose his life in the same way. We will do our utmost to protect you.
I have something I'd like to say, since Mr. Owen is undoubtedly here in this room keeping his strength up. The others may have done what your recording claimed, but I am not guilty of anything. Beatrice Taylor died of her own sins, not by my hand. I feel certain you now see you were in error when you invited me here to face your judgment.
That's a nervy speech if you ask me. I was just doing my job.
Miss Brent, you cannot assume Owen is behaving rationally in any way. If you'd seen what he did to Rogers...
Doctor, I will thank you to keep your opinions to yourself. Coming from the bottom of a bottle as they do, they are worse than useless.
How dare you?
I'm sure Mr. Owen and I understand one another. I'm going to collect my knitting. I'll be on the front patio if anyone needs me.
I can't see anyone needing that woman. Ever.
If you'll excuse me, I'll just go up to my room and fresh... That is to say...
I must say, Mr. Narracott, I'm disappointed. 4 dead now. My confidence in you seems to have been misplaced. I may have to take more direct action.
Alright.
There's been a murder. Surely I should use this time to thoroughly search for clues.
Maybe it's best if I go back to the scene of crime.
You had no right to speak to me that way at breakfast.
Didn't I? It's still morning and you're drunk already.
Thanks to you.
Doctor, as you yourself must know, blaming others for one's own faults is a favorite trick of the alcoholic.
You cloak yourself in religion, but you're the most unchristian woman I've ever met. You're a devil! A devil, do you hear me?
I'm certain everyone can hear you, Doctor. Eavesdropping is impolite, Mr. Narracott, but under the circumstances, I'm glad you overheard.
I'm sorry.
Enjoying the break in the weather, Miss Brent?
This island has only 2 types of weather, gloomy and slightly less gloomy. I am taking advantage of this brief, slightly less respite.
You were
Alright.
pretty hard on Dr. Armstrong.
No more than he deserved. I only wonder that he didn't kill more people operating drunk than that one woman Owen mentioned. Cleese, was it?
Armstrong was trying to help you at breakfast.
I do not require his help, or yours. The Lord is mindful of his own. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror at night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
You are the next logical victim, Miss Brent.
I disagree. Owen's bee sting might be many things. One of my knitting needles, perhaps. Even a hypodermic needle. I suspect the doctor has one of those in his medical bag. Besides, I'm confident that the angel of death will pass me over.
Anything else that might be important?
I can't vouch for its importance, but something rather annoying has happened.
What?
Someone has taken my grey wool. All of it. I won't be able to finish this shawl without it.
Good day, Miss Brent.
This house looks as sturdy as a fortress.
Grey woolly thing. I should probably look for some. But best to go back to the scene of crime and see what happens. Well, I say that as my phone is dying. Well, it seems like someone agrees with me.
I'm not your enemy.
That's as may be, but I'm trusting no one.
Did you discover anything?
Perhaps I did, but I think I'll keep it to myself if you don't mind.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Just a weirdly looping generator.
The generator seems to be working fine. The generator seems to be working fine. The generator seems to be working fine.
But I don't see a crossbar anywhere. Or I could have just went through that way. I'm an idiot. Nothing's new different. Nope.
No, you cad!
Her moods are as changeable as the weather.
You keep away from her.
Relax, old boy. For some reason, the lady seems to prefer you. I seem to have underestimated you. I wonder if Owen has too.
Thank
Are
you.
you okay, Vera?
Yes, I'm fine. I just don't know who to trust.
You can trust me.
So you say.
The time for talk has passed.
Alright. Maybe it's time I should check back on the bees.
I need to subdue the bees first. They'll do me in for sure if I disrupt their artificial home.
How do I just subdue a bee? Smoke, probably, but I don't have anything like a smoke dispenser. A smoke funnel. I was thinking decider, but let me look back. Wasn't there like another path? Yeah, I don't think I went through this way, right? Yeah, I went through here.
Goats. They look hungry.
Maybe if I can give them apples. I thought billy goats like apples.
I can't get them to fit. I'm afraid it's stuck that way. I can't take that apart.
Like some tobacco, I guess. Cheese. Anything. Paper.
I see nothing remarkable. I can't see anything of interest. I'm afraid it's stuck that way. This thicket is rife with thorns. I can't get through it.
Then how do I get through it then?
I can't take that apart. Those don't work together.
Is there no other way I could get through that?
Goats. They look hungry.
Sorry. Alright, forgot.
That goat is a menace. This is neither the time nor the place.
Yeah, I have nothing. Let me save real quick.
The drawer is locked.
It still looks like something I could probably pry open. But we don't have a key.
Can't be much fun playing alone.
The doctor seems uninterested in snooker at the moment. Besides, I find the game relaxes me. I can think more clearly.
I'm sorry you think I let you down.
Not at all, my boy. My criticism was for Mr. Owen's benefit. I see no reason to put all of my eggs in one basket, then show the contents of that basket to him. I'm working along several lines at the moment.
Sorry, I'm like in-game right now. Hold on. Hey, Sora.
Hello.
You sound tired.
I'm laying down.
I see. You being cozy right now?
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
I put some fries in the air fryer.
Okay. I'm just playing a point-and-click game.
Yeah. Ooh, I sent you my updated model.
Yeah, I saw. It's cute.
Yeah. It has two versions. It has a long hair version, and it has a mohawk version.
Okay. On. There we go.
I'll give you a game.
I'd rather continue on my own if you don't mind. Besides, you have more important things to do, I'm sure, than knock a few balls into holes.
Do you have any suggestions for me?
It's the first decent weather we've had since yesterday morning. I'd take advantage of that to signal the mainland or try and escape the island.
Thank you kindly, Judge.
Seems like the fire is on.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
Let's see. Okay, nothing seems to be updating. Maybe you should probably check the movie thing again.
It's tightly locked.
Oh, what's this?
This is certainly a clue of some sort. This is certainly a clue of some sort.
What am I looking at then? Unless, may I have to turn on the... May I supposed to turn on that thing again? Oh. 3 days.
I wonder what that was all about. I can't open it. It's locked. This is certainly a clue of some sort. Ah, the movies.
Well, that didn't help me at all. I should probably choose bathroom actually. Again. Nope, nothing new.
Go away, please. I don't want to talk to anyone.
Fine. I guess I'm not gonna talk to that guy again. Or probably I could go through this way.
Go away, please. I don't want to talk to anyone.
Or not.
All right, I've had it. I need to find a way off this island once and for all. And the sooner the better.
Why am I here? Okay.
I have nothing more to say to her.
Fair enough.
I need something here to use as a crossbar.
Actually, I never checked the fridge. Did I check the fridge?
The refrigerator hardly seems large enough for a house of this size.
I guess I did. Which one was the deceased person again? The blondie. Nope. Nope. There we go, found it.
Guess who just made cheese fries?
You?
Me.
Nice.
Mm.
Better to let the dead rest in peace.
It's so good.
I believe you.
You like cheese fries?
Yeah, I do.
What place do you go to get cheese fries?
No, I don't go to places to make cheese to get cheese fries. I just make them. Probably because I don't find that many places to serve cheese fries. Well, except for one, but it's like I'm not sure. It's probably doxing if I say it, so I'm not gonna say it. Okay, I'm lost. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
I think I would be better off working this out on my own. If I'm going to escape, it will have to be by my own doing. It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working.
These are mismatched.
Some things once done cannot be undone. I'm afraid it's stuck that way. I see nothing remarkable. I can't take that apart. I'm afraid it's stuck that way.
What do I do then?
Some things once done cannot be undone. I can't see anything of interest. Those don't work together. That isn't going to help. I can't get them to fit. I think I would be better off working this out on my own. That's Shipwreck Island. That's Shipwreck Island.
Oh, I've never been here before.
Ooh, Kit.
What?
Did you make any, like, concept art for the thing that I told you about? Or anything? Show me, I want to see. I like it when I see your art. Because your art is good.
To be honest with you, I really paused myself because I kind of was like overdoing myself since I feel like a little bit how's this a little bit of brain rot, so I kind of paused. But I'll show you, like, I'll like work on it like by tonight with you.
Okay. But yeah, don't just a reminder. You can finish it whenever you want.
I know.
6 little sailor boys. This is getting worrisome. A place for everything and everything in its place. I can't see anything of interest.
What else would this be? What else I can do though? Maybe I could just go outside, I guess.
Standing here isn't helping anything. The sea looks daunting. Wouldn't want to be caught out there without a good motor. The grass is slippery and the slope is steep. I'd best stick to the path.
Maybe we could best if I go back and check whether I didn't see what the doctor was. Should probably just look for him. Maybe he died by bees or something. It's gonna take a while. The generator looks fine.
The generator seems to be working fine.
But it may be fine if I
working fine.
find a way to turn it off. Also, I just realized the axe is gone now. Someone took the axe.
I think I would be better off working this out on my own.
Whoops. Actually,
If I'm going to escape, it will have to be by my own doing.
well, okay. I can't use a pump. Well, that's not mine.
Kit,
What is it?
you're the type of person that would eat Arby's.
Hmm?
I said you're the type of person that would eat Arby's.
Oh, I hate Arby's.
That's a lie, I know you like Arby's.
No, I actually don't. What's wrong with you? Who actually likes eating an Arby's?
Me.
Well, I guess I found out something new about you then.
I'm joking.
Okay, good.
I like eating at Long John Silver's.
I never went to a Long John's before. I heard it's good though.
The refrigerator hardly seems large enough for a house of this size.
It's owned by the same people who own KFC. It's like KFC but just fish instead of chicken.
Fair enough.
The larder is very well stocked.
I like KFC. Maybe I should probably go back up there, find the doctor's bag.
Nothing out of order in here. I'd best not take anything, though. I'm sure he would notice.
Why you to be such a goody two shoes, dude? Why you to be like that? I want to look in the bag.
Polished marble spheres and some books. Nothing worth investigating further. A radiator. You can't have enough of them, really. I'm not sure I can trust them any further with this plan. It is my neck on the line, after all. Another seabird. This one looks like an albatross. Shocking.
Hmm. Since when I can... Okay.
Some things once done cannot be undone.
So I cannot take it apart. Fine. Put it together.
I can't get them to fit.
Okay.
It would certainly be noticed if I rifled through her luggage. I'd better not. This is a fairly sparse makeup case. Vera isn't the type to use much makeup, though. I'm guessing
Isn't it
Ethel
crazy
went
that
through the
time
trouble of
is
supplying
different
most
for
of the
every
rooms with fresh
watch?
flowers.
Wait, what you said?
I said, isn't it crazy that time is different for every watch?
Not really. I mean, it's maybe if I did different people, and of course all clocks will be like a little off in time. Since we didn't invent time.
Mm.
We
It looked
created
nice
the idea of it.
This is quite a makeup supply. Emily must be more concerned with aging than she lets on.
Right.
There's nothing I can do for the victim now.
Oh, right. Who was she again?
Better to let the dead rest in peace. There's nothing I can do for the victim now.
Wait, what?
The time for talk has passed.
Okay. Blondie, the old lady, the old man, the butler. Yeah, she wished she'd be dead. What the hell? Why'd she dare? I guess it's a weird bug. Well, I definitely know who's going to die next, I guess. Hmm. Okay, so far I haven't found a doctor yet.
It's tightly locked.
Nor have I found any keys for any of these.
It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working. That isn't going to help. It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working. It's got power, but it still doesn't seem to be working. That doesn't make sense. I don't think that's appropriate. Fresh flowers. Quite pretty. I can't see anything of interest.
Look it up. So why is me that?
I'm bored.
I can tell. Well, I think it's probably a good time to probably like stop streaming then, because I'm kind of lost. Might probably like do this like for the next stream tomorrow. So, but aside from that, it's just I'm a little confused. So, probably a good time to just like end stream right now. So if anyone's watching right now, I hope you have a nice night. I might eat. I might eat, but I already ate a little bit earlier, so don't think I'm going to eat much right now. So I hope you have a nice night. Good night.